Welcome back to the Mad Spideyverse. I'm Mad Spidey. Thank you once again for tuning into my channel. Another one of my statue collection videos is incoming right now. Obviously there's the usual spiel. Some people fast forward, some people are sick of hearing it, some people want to hear it. Some people have suggested to me, if somebody's watching one of these videos for the first time, it might be good to keep going with it. But anyway, let's just do it. So my statue collection comprises all of Bowen Designs statues. Bowen Designs was the prevalent company back in the mid to late 90s to early 2000s. They had the Marvel license at the time. Obviously there were a few other companies, but they were like the premier company at the time. Obviously nowadays there's thousands of statue companies, you know, there's Sideshow and Iron Studios and the XM, there's heaps. Absolute heaps of them, and then plenty of people doing custom ones, and yeah, anyway, there's a lot. But anyway, so Bowen Designs basically did 5 phases over the it was about 15 or 20 years or however long they were sort of going before they sort of shut up shop. And as I said, they did 5 phases, did all the main characters, did a lot of deep dives as well, which I really loved. I tried to become a bit of a completist, but it's a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of shipping, a lot of this, a lot of that. It was very hard, but I did accumulate quite a collection. So they did 3 different ranges. They did a mini bust, a mini statue, and a full-size statue. I originally tried to collect all 3 sort of series, but I was like, the mini statue is basically just a smaller cut-down version of the full-size statue, so there's no point in doing that, and there were a lot limited numbers, and they ended up culling that as well later on in the later years. So I stuck to the mini bus and the full-size statues. I stuck to the mini bus mainly as well because, one, obviously they were the cheapest of the 3 series, and also, as I said, they did a lot more deep dives in with the mini bus than they did with the full-size statues. They did all your main characters, you know, Spidey and Iron Man and Cap and Wolverine, all that sort of stuff. In every phase, they quite often just did different costumes, different poses. Sometimes a museum pose, which is like just straight up and down. Sometimes it'd be an action pose, so on and so forth. So, but yeah, as I said, I amassed quite a collection, and I basically do this video series to show you the one. So I do one unit per episode. Today will be a mini bust, because I do have a lot more mini busts than full size. But I will show you everything once I obviously finally get to the end. It'll probably take a couple of years, but we'll see how we go. But today it's going to be Havok. So Havok, obviously one of the X-Men. This one is, I'm drawing a blank at the moment, I don't know why. We'll start with the box. So the stock standard sort of Bowen Designs box, where it's got the grey, the noticeable grey with the sort of collage of Marvel and characters and snippets of comics and stuff like that in the actual design. Now, being a mini bust, they do this in the full size as well, but they give you like the sculpt of the prototype, physical size, things like that on one side, and if there are different versions released at the same time. So say for argument's sake, if they did a black one and a white one for argument's sake, they would normally be there, and then they'd have a sticker on the front saying which version you got. But the thing that only the mini bus did is they actually give you a synopsis of the character themselves. They generally will give you 2 comic books pictures there as well. It's usually the first appearance book or somewhere close to the first appearance book they usually show as the first picture. And then the one down below is usually something that's more closer to the release date itself. So obviously if it was released in, say, the year 2000, then they'll pick a book that's sort of close enough to that sort of time. But yeah, that'll show you that. The other thing of note is the little sticker on the bottom. Little sticker will give you the edition number. So this was an edition of 2000 worldwide, which is a little bit on the lower scale for the mini bus. Most of the mini bus were anywhere from about sort of 3,000 to 4,000 up to about 10,000. So 2,000 is slightly lower and a little bit rarer, but yeah, not super rare, because there were some that were done like, 250 or 500 and things like that. So there are some real super rare ones. But let's get into it, show you what it actually looks like. That's what you've all come to see. So we'll get into the box. The other thing is, doing mini-busts on video is a lot easier because I'm not, trying to like pull ginormous, big things out. Slight note as well, which I always say, generally they'll write up or the Bowen Designs symbol, so you obviously know which way to open up the styrofoam as well, which always helps. This is just a one-piece sculpt, so there's no like extra little bits or you got to connect anything. Now obviously, being his first costume and all black, you don't get a massive lot of detail in this, but it still looks very, very cool. So obviously that the target on his chest, the white target, is quite prevalent, as well as the sort of the gemstone and the rings are in his head. The other thing of note, which I've mentioned plenty of times before, usually in the early phases, mainly just phase 1 when they first started releasing mini-busts, most of the mini-busts didn't have arms. So they would literally be just a torso, the arms would be non-existent, and the bases were fairly basic. I think this might have been from phase 2. So they've obviously, the addition of the arms, the base is still fairly basic. It's just a silvery sort of base, nothing too flash about it. But then on the bottom, it will have all the copyright, trademark stuff, plus your edition number on the base there. And obviously, if it's ever signed or if it's an artist proof or something like that, that's usually marked on the bottom as well. So this is number 500, and God, it's so small, I almost need a magnifying glass. 525 out of 2,000. So yeah, still very, very cool. Happy to have it in the collection. I'd say Havok's not really a deep dive. Like, there's some characters they really deep dive into. Obviously, he's not one of the prevalent X-Men characters, but, he was X-Men, X-Factor, and all that sort of stuff. So, but yeah, still super, super happy to own him. Beautiful. So there we go. So that's it for this one. So Havok Mini-Bust by Bowen Designs. I hope you enjoyed the video. Do all the usual YouTube stuff. Leave a comment down below if you'd like to. Hit that thumbs up button on your way out, because it apparently helps the algorithm, so I've been told. But most of all, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. That would be greatly, greatly appreciated. So anyway, hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and Spidey out.